Today I'm talking about the time when one of my subscribers had an encounter with a Karen. This is a subscriber sent in story, obviously, over on my Instagram at GliderGuyYT, so if you want to be featured in a video, just send me a DM and you'll probably end up in a video. Just like send the DM, just list out the story and I'll probably read out in a video. So this subscriber's name is Jordan, and Jordan used to work at Woolworths, which for those of you in America, I don't know if you know what Woolworths is. It's basically just this Australian supermarket. We have it basically everywhere here, and basically everyone uses it. I mean, a lot of people use Coles and Aldi as well, but Woolworths, I'm pretty sure, is the main one. Now, this subscriber had to work a shift that was about 8 hours, so he was working like 8 till 4. I'm pretty sure that's 8 hours. I mean, he said he was working 8 till 4, so I hope that that's 8 hours. So basically, at this Woolworths that Jordan works at, they were basically renowned for having this one customer that was probably the worst customer in the entire store. They recognized her as Karen, and they didn't actually know her name, but they just thought, alright, she acts like a Karen, so she probably is a Karen. This Karen was basically renowned for being annoying and just being an absolute hassle to deal with. Like, she'd walk in the store about like 30 minutes after it opened and just grab a bunch of stuff and be in a really bad mood. And that's exactly what happened this one morning. So there was this one morning where this Karen walked into the store, and as soon as she walked in, like all the employees were sort of like eyeing at each other, being like, yeah, alright, she's here, everyone be wary. Because she'd always complain about stuff and always have a problem with something, like even if it was the smallest thing, that like she'd always have a problem with it. Now Karen walked into the store about 30 minutes after they opened, and she looked like she was in a really bad mood, right? And Jordan instantly knew, right, that she was in a bad mood. So she was sort of just walking around the store, just doing her thing. She had a shopping cart with her, and she was basically just grabbing a bunch of food for I don't even know who. She was looking at the price of milk, and she basically went over to an employee and like basically just dragged him around. Now Jordan tells me that this employee was a trainee, right? So obviously, right, he had another guy with her, and because this woman was so loud while talking to this trainee, Jordan could literally hear her. So like they were just like talking about the prices, and I'm pretty sure the trainee was just like clarifying something with her. Apparently she was complaining about the price of the milk being so high or something like that, because apparently it wasn't as high like 2 days ago and she could get it better from somewhere else. And she was talking about, why is this milk so expensive? I could get it from Coles for literally like half the price, and then Aldi for even lower. Like, why do you guys sell your stuff so high? And she's just screaming at this trainee who literally has no input on any of the pricing. Like, this is the one thing I don't understand about Karens. Why do you like scream at the employees who have done nothing wrong? Like, what's the trainee gonna do to get the prices down? What, do you expect the trainee to just like go and change the price and you'll be all good? Like, no. So anyway, Karen is just screaming, right, like just going absolutely crazy about it for literally no reason at all. And the trainee's just trying to politely tell her, like, ma'am, I can't do anything about that. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like the price is there, and the price is there to stay. And then Jordan ends up coming over because he can't take it anymore. He's like, no, I'm not just gonna let this trainee get bullied by some Karen. So Jordan walks over and he's like, is there a problem here, ma'am? Like, is there something wrong? And she's like, yes, there's a problem. Your employee doesn't know how to do his job. This milk is so expensive. Like, why is it so expensive? And Jordan says, listen, ma'am, like, I don't know why you're yelling at the trainee. The trainee can't do anything about the prices. The prices are there how they are for a reason, alright? If you want to buy it, you can buy it. If not, then don't buy it. And she did not like that at all. She literally looks at him and goes, what did you just say to me? Are you giving me attitude? And John's like, no, I'm not giving you attitude. You're literally giving me attitude. Like, you're giving the trainee attitude. And she said, let me speak to your manager right now. And I'm reading this. I'm like, what? Like, what? Of course she did. So Jordan ends up getting the manager, and then the manager comes over and says, is there a problem here? Like, is there something going wrong? And the Karen goes, your two employees here are extremely rude, and I highly recommend you having a talk to them. And the manager goes, oh yeah, okay, what'd they do? And she goes, they're just being extremely disrespectful to me. They're not helping me out with my problem. And then the manager goes, okay, so what's your problem? She goes, the problem is that this milk is way too expensive, and these two aren't giving me any compensation for it. They don't even care. And the manager says, listen, ma'am, as much as the prices may frustrate you, this is just how they are. We don't make the prices. We're just here to serve them and just give them to the public. Like that. We don't make those decisions. And she said, okay, well, I want to talk to a higher up. And the manager says, listen, I don't have access to a higher up. If you want to talk to a higher up, you should probably go over the phone or something. Like, I don't know why you're yelling at me for it. And she's like, oh, you guys are so useless. And then she just walks away, like, into another aisle. And Jordan and the other two are just sitting there like, what the hell just happened? Like, what was that? And then they all end up going back to work, and Jordan ends up going back to working at like the checkout aisle, because he was working at the checkout aisle and he was supposed to be there, but we had to go deal with this stupid little thing with Jordan. So yeah, then the Karen walks around for around 20 minutes, basically gets like $150 worth of stuff. Like her shopping cart was full to the brim, right? Like, there was so much stuff in there. There was toilet paper, there was like laundry detergent, there was everything you could possibly get. So then Karen ends up walking over to Jordan's checkout, which I don't know why she did that, considering she just like had a go at him like 20 minutes ago. go, and there were so many other aisles that were readily available for her to go through. But she decides to go through Jordan's aisle, and then she ends up going through there. You know, like Jordan scans all her items and everything like that. It takes about 5 minutes to get through everything, and then the Karen goes, "What's the hold up? Like, what's the hold up?" And Jordan's like, "Yo, chill. Like there's a lot of stuff here. I gotta get through it all, and the scanner has to reset every time you scan something." He's like, "Okay, well, can you please hurry up? Like, I gotta get home." And he's like, "Okay, I'll try my best." So he gets through everything, and then he reads out the final amount of what it's gonna cost to get everything. And she did not like this answer. Jordan goes, "All right, so the grand total is $155.25. And then the Karen looks up in shock. She's like, $155.25. Who do you think I'm stupid? Like, who do you think I am? And then Jordan just sits there like, "Yeah, I mean, it's $155.25 stuff. Like, you've got a lot of stuff here, man. Like it's gonna cost a lot of money." And she goes, "There is no way this is $155.25. You're trying to scam me because you don't like me. This is ridiculous. You're discriminating against me. Like I want to see those prices. Like, I want to calculate this for myself." And Jordan goes, "All right, if you want to calculate it for yourself, the screen's right here. You can come around here, you can put in your calculator." So this Karen literally sits here for 5 minutes calculating everything. And Jordan's just sitting there like, "There's no way this is happening. Like, can you please just pay and just leave?" So the Karen sits there calculating for 5 minutes, right? And then the Karen brings up the calculator. The Karen brings up the calculator to Jordan's face. And coincidentally, the total that the Karen came up with was literally exactly half of what Jordan had came up with. The Karen managed to come up with $77.60, which was absolutely insane. So Jordan sat there like, "Okay, well you've just done the maths wrong." And then Jordan notices on the calculator app that she literally divided the whole total by 2. It literally said 155.25 divided by 2. Meaning that the Karen had gotten the exact same answer as Jordan had and just been proven wrong, but she just decided to divide it by 2 to get a $70 discount. So Jordan sat there like, "I can clearly see that you just divided that by 2. Like we both know the total is 155.25. If you want to pay for it, you can pay for it. If not, can you please return all the stuff?" And at this point, the Karen got pissed, right? And now Karen's name is Susie, right? So she basically ends up saying that. I can't remember how we found that out, but Jordan said that she found that out later. So Susie starts getting pissed, right? Like, she starts freaking out at Jordan. She starts going absolutely insane. She starts saying, "Your prices are absolutely ridiculous. I'm never gonna shop here again. Like, this store is terrible. You guys are so rude and so disrespectful to me. I'm gonna tell my husband about this and we're gonna call the police on you." And then Jordan sits there and says, "If you call the police, they're gonna do nothing about it. What's your case? What's your case?" And she goes, "My case is bad business practice. You guys have no idea how to run a store." And then she looks over at the manager who was basically talking to her before and just screams at him and starts saying, "You have no idea how to pick your employees. Your employees are terrible and you're just as bad. You are the worst manager. I don't know how on earth you ended up getting a job here." And Jordan's just sitting here just smiling, being like, "Jesus Christ, like what is Susie doing?" Like, Susie is an absolute character. So Susie ends up screaming, right? And then the manager says, "All right, Susie, get out of the store right now. If you don't get out right now, we're gonna call security and we're gonna escort you out. You're acting ridiculous." And she says, "Try get me out of here. Try make me get out of here. This is absolutely ridiculous. I want a refund on everything." And then the manager says, "You haven't even paid for your food yet. What do you want a refund on? Like, you've been here for 20 minutes walking around grabbing stuff and you haven't even paid for anything yet." And she said, "Yeah, well, I want a refund on every other purchase that I've had." And the manager said, "We're not giving you a refund on everything else that you've purchased in the last month. That doesn't make any sense. You've already eaten all that food." And she said, "You know what? F you guys. I hate you all and I'm never coming back here again." And Susie ends up literally just walking out of the store. And then the manager screams out something like, "Yeah, get out of here. Like, no one wants you here anyway." And she said, "What did you just say to me? What did you just say to me?" And Jordan looks over at the manager and he's like, "Oh, for God's sake, why'd you have to arc her up again? Like, you could have just let her leave. We could have all been free, but you just had to arc her up again." Then she screams at him again, nearly to the verge of tears, and then just ends up leaving the store. So that's probably the craziest Karen freakout I've ever seen in my Instagram DMs. If you guys want to send in story times, go to my Instagram at GliderGuyYT and send me a DM. You could end up in a video just like Jordan did. So if you guys enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like, and I'll see you all in the next one.